Michael Fabiano, NFL Network senior fantasy analyst, joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you, Fabs.
Always a pleasure.
If you don't mind me saying, it's much more pleasurable for me not just to see you, but seeing in between us the Vinnie Paul trophy that you brought.
Let's be honest. That's the reason I'm here, to bring you the gold.
The trophy named after the late drummer and co-founder of Pantera, who has won this trophy before in the past for the Alice in Chains Celebrity Fantasy Football League that Chris Brockman and I won last year. Thank you for bringing this trophy.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, and on the side, just reading off the previous winners of this award.
Some good names, right?
Well, you...
That's an okay
won last
name.
year.
Yeah.
We had a shot to play you in the finals, but we got taken out by Cantrell, who you took out.
Yes.
Cantrell beat us in 2016, our first year.
So close.
And had we beaten him, instead of me being dressed up like a Steel Panther, he would have had to sing "Let It Go" acoustic. From
I do
Frozen.
have to tell you though, you rocking the Steel Panthers gear was pretty awesome. That was good.
It's
very good video.
It's something that it's tough for me to live down.
It's something.
It's something. Scott Ian has won it twice. The only one to be on this list twice. The 2015 champion. We were not part of the league until 2016.
We were not, yeah.
And he won it in 2012. Dane Cook won it in 2014.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
All right.
Vinnie Paul in 2013.
Rest in peace.
And then Meatloaf took it down in 2010.
Of course. Was that one of his 42 championships that year?
Meatloaf plays in like 30 or 40 leagues
he's
every
crazy.
year. It's ridiculous. I played against him like 15 years ago in a league.
Yeah, Meatloaf. By the way, the word it's great to have a trophy with the word meatloaf on it. And then the inaugural winner, Matt Willig, who, as you know, is a former offensive lineman in the league, who many people know famously because he's one of the many marauders in the Capital One "What's in Your Wallet" commercial. Right?
Yep.
And also famous, one of my favorite Steve Mariucci stories. Running back Kevin Barlow.
Can we talk
I'll tell it real quick.
Great.
Running back
Let's do
Kevin
it.
Barlow
Let's do it.
always was on his cell phone because he was homesick. His teammates had had enough of it. So Matt Willig confiscated the phone in a manner that Kevin Barlow was so upset he went crying to Mariucci's office. Mariucci retrieved the phone from the behind of Matt Willig.
Okay.
How about that?
Thank you for cleaning that up.
That'll make you not want your phone.
And my favorite part of the story.
The best part of the story. The best part of the story.
Willig confirmed when he was on the show.
That's part of the story.
Is seconds after retrieving the phone for Kevin Barlow. Barlow was back on the phone. The inaugural winner of this league, Matt Willig. Already a champion way before he won in 2009.
Oh, my God. It's about a true story.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Who was the first overall pick in this year's draft?
Saquon.
You didn't even stutter.
No, it's
Okay.
Saquon. I mean, every statistical category at the running back position, he was near the top or at the top. Touches, he is going to be a monster, a guy who can catch 90 balls in his sleep, and he's the offense in New York there.
So you're not concerned that he is the offense in New York and that there's going to be so many keys and 8, potentially 9-man boxes that Eli's going to have to break minus Odell?
Nothing he didn't
not
face
concerned about
last
it?
season. He's fine.
Okay. And then number 2 you have on your list is McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey. Yes.
Above Kamara.
Yes, Kamara's at 3. Now Zeke would be 2, except for we're dealing with this holdout situation.
So let me ask you this question. He signs before week 1, even if it's the night before, and you have a draft. Do you take him too?
Yep.
You do.
Right now I'm taking him 4 if I can get him.
Even if he's holding out,
Yep.
you're
4.
taking him.
I don't see him missing regular season games, and if he does, I don't see him missing many. So I'm not as concerned. His situation's different than, say, Le'Veon Bell or Melvin Gordon. So I have a lot of confidence that he will play the majority of the games this
Where
season.
do you have Le'Veon Bell?
5th at running back.
You do. What about overall? I mean, at what point do you...
5th overall. I'm a running backs guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have my first wide receiver coming off the board until a couple picks after Le'Veon.
And who's that?
A nuke. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. And then Devontae Adams is closely after him. First rounders.
Why is Devontae Adams up there? I know he's an elite receiver. I get it. But aren't you concerned with the way that the Packers offense might look
No,
with LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers. There's no
didn't
concern.
score fewer than 16 PPR points in a single game last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was so consistent. And then they've got this dude, Aaron Rodgers, throwing him the football, who's been pretty good during his career in the NFL.
Right.
So Adams, to me, is a lock first-round pick. I have no concerns about him whatsoever. He's going to get targeted a ton in that offense.
Okay, so your top receivers, walk me down that board, Mike.
Yeah, so you've got Nuke, you've got Adams. Of course, Julio Jones is going to be in the mix. Michael Thomas, OBJ, Tyreek Hill also there. No Antonio Brown in my top 5. No Antonio Brown in my top 7. Right now, he's 8th. And he's one of those guys that when I'm up in, say, the 3rd round, and if he's still there, I'm thinking, I really don't want to take him,
Right.
but I have to. Regression is coming for him. He blocked me on Twitter, by the way. Yeah. Regression is coming. 15 touchdowns is not going to happen. He goes from an offense that had the most pass attempts to one that had the 16th most. Last year, 5th most offensive plays for the Steelers. Raiders were at 24. Ben Roethlisberger, years together, great rapport. Derek Carr. How much work have they gotten in so far?
I know, right? That's got to be a concern.
So, I mean, like, AB can block me all he wants. He can complain about his helmet and his feet are messed up. Regression's coming.
Where are you on Gurley? Where do you stand on Todd Gurley here?
So I've done a lot of mocks. I've done some real drafts too. I've actually gotten him a lot at the end of the 2nd round because at that point, I'm willing to take the discount and I'm willing to take the risk. Because even if Todd Gurley doesn't see as many touches, which it seems like he won't, he'll still see enough opportunities to be a high-end RB2. And Sean McVay is going to give him all the opportunities near the goal line, too. So I'm willing to take the risk there. I've got a league where I have Zeke, Gurley, and Antonio Brown in my first 3 picks. Well, I'm sweating that one a little bit.
Our Los Angeles Broadcasting Center just put up on the board Michael Fabiano's top 5 fantasy busts. Todd Gurley leads the list.
Yep.
With tight end Eric Ebron, who was Mr. Touchdown. He was like Chris Carter, right, last year. Jordan Howard, the running back of the Eagles, then quarterbacks Big Ben and Tom Brady. Why are these your top 5
Now, this list
fantasy
was
busts?
compiled when Gurley was going in the 1st round, way earlier in the offseason. I've changed it since then.
Okay.
At the 2nd round discount, I'm going to take him. Roethlisberger, no AB. Before AB was in Pittsburgh, Big Ben's average finish at quarterback, 14th. So, not a QB1. Tom Brady, he's got the loss of Rob Gronkowski's big in his career, averaged 3 fewer fantasy points in games that Gronkowski did not play.
Right.
Sony Michel is another guy who wasn't on this list I'm a little bit concerned about with the knee, with Damian Harris coming in. Ebron's easy. Like 14 touchdowns last season. He's never doing that again. And in games where he played with Jack Doyle, his targets went split in half. So he's a guy that I would be avoiding as a top 8 pick at tight end.
How come, Michael Fabiano here on the Rich Eisen Show, how come JuJu SmithSchuster is viewed as a dynamite 2 with Antonio Brown as the 1, but as the 1, assuming that whoever's number 2 is not as good as JuJu, that JuJu can't overcome that in the same way that Saquon's going to overcome a ton of defenses?
I have JuJu in the 2nd round. He's one of my top 8 wide receivers ahead of Antonio Brown. So I'm all in on JuJu SmithSchuster.
So then why is Big Ben a bust? I mean, this is a place that keeps churning out the receivers one after another after another.
Lose a player like that in an offense, like JuJu's great and all, right? But you had AB and JuJu SmithSchuster, huge target shares, both of them over 24% last season. Yes. You lose that, you bring in Dante Moncrief. I like James Washington a lot as a sleeper, but neither one of those guys is going to make up for the production that Antonio Brown took to Oakland.
Michael Fabiano, NFL Network senior fantasy analyst, who right here on the Rich Eisen Show. And Michael, if you don't mind, you have to speak up because it's difficult to hear you over this trophy that we got off of you.
I got to peek over that.
That's in between the 2 of us right
friend.
Here on the Rich Eisen. So it's just, I'm sorry, did you just say something? It's just blocked by this trophy that we won and plucked from you in between the 2 of us here.
And hopefully I'll be getting that back this time next year.
This is just so great. Brockman, by the way, the chief grocery shopper the last 2 drafts of this fantasy league.
3 drafts.
Last 3 drafts. Well, we are, I'm coming this year. I'm able to be at the draft, which is going to be next.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be next Thursday. I've not been at the Cantrell Manse yet. I have not seen
Wait till you see the artwork.
The oil paintings of half-naked individuals.
No. They cover that up.
On the
they
wall.
Cover it up for SiriusXM because SiriusXM.
It's on the radio.
They cover it up.
They cover
it up.
They cover up paintings on the radio.
Yes.
That's weird.
They have Sirius XM all over the place.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's
For signage.
there's banner signage.
I see.
Yeah,
I
of
understand
course.
signage.
Yes.
I understand the idea of signage.
Yeah.
We're 10th, you're 9th. So I would share
I know.
with you.
How did that happen?
I would share.
And Cantrell got 2.
Yeah,
And Miz got 1.
it's okay. Look, it's okay. If they're concerned about our last 2 championship
what it
seasons
is.
together,
That's what it is.
it's all right. We're coming from anyway. I would give you some ideas of my draft strategy, but you're right in front of me.
I'll tell you what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm hopefully going to end up with a combination of James Conner, Nick Chubb, or Joe Mixon with those
With the
first
9th overall?
2 picks.
So you'd
The
be
first
9.
2
You're
picks.
9.
Interesting.
You're 9, 12. We're 10, 11.
I'm looking to go running back. But you know what? If I can't do that, I'll always fall back on a Julio Jones. You getting all this, Brockman? You getting all this, dude?
No,
I
take
got it.
all
No,
this,
I
man.
got
No,
it.
'cause
Take
I'll tell you right now, I think we'd go running back, wide receiver. You get one of each. Certainly, we're in a PPR league. What part of the reason why this trophy is on this desk is because that man over there took Mike Thomas, who you can't guard, and Thielen, and we would get it was a 1 point per catch.
Domination.
It's not even a half point for catch.
It was ridiculous.
I mean, those 2 guys together last
It was
year.
great.
They had a hell of a catch radius last year for us for the touch of the Vermeil. But I think we probably go running back wide receiver with that, right?
Got to grab a running back there at number 10.
What is your philosophy on quarterbacks when you grab one?
Wait. And then I wait more, and then I wait more. I'll never get Mahomes. Unless Rodgers falls to like the 6th or 7th round, I'm not getting him.
Yeah, but you
Or
took
Deshaun
Deshaun Watson super early last year.
Yeah, before
No,
us,
I
we
don't think
wanted
it was
him.
super early, though.
You did
Maybe
declare.
like the
I
6th
do
round?
declare you, and this is a direct quote. This is the pick that's going to win me
Yes.
the championship this
Yes,
year.
and I thought it was. Let me tell you, Chris, do you remember the trades I made last year? Every time I traded for a guy, he got hurt. OBJ, got him, hurt. AJ Green, got him, hurt.
Do you know why that happened?
Bad luck.
I can tell you why it happened.
Bad luck.
I'll tell you why it
Yeah.
happened. You are the worst
here we
person
go.
to trade with of all time. 'Cause you
Apparently
think,
I'm
excuse
not,
me,
because the
Michael
dudes that I
Fabiano,
get hurt.
The fantasy gods are punishing you for the amount of times you think everybody's dumb as a rock.
Oh, that's so not
it's
true.
a fact.
I mean, low ball doesn't even begin to describe
oh my God.
it.
Low ball.
You have to low ball
ball-
before you
the-
actually give the real offer.
the low ball from Michael Fabiano is so low, the ball is at the center of the earth. That the hot magma core of this planet
Magma.
is the low ball that you, and so it's the gods are punishing you. The number of times you're just like, okay, I was born today, you were born yesterday, here's my offer. And it's just like, dude, and I will call you up, Brockman, and I'm like, guess who offered me a trade? Fabiano. And we have a great laugh over it.
Didn't we make a
Michael.
trade, though, 2 years ago? Wasn't there a trade that we made?
Did, and it was like it took 3-4 goes at it because we're like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You do that all the time,
It's all
which is
about
why.
negotiation.
Which is why when you finally do get some rube to say yes, you have been punished. You have been
I did
punished
get
by
punished
the
in that
fantasy
league
gods
last year. That's
to
for
me,
sure.
like I would rather be in a league. Question is, would you rather, Brockman, be in a league with somebody who does that or taps out like the Bella Twins did last year because they were so bad that they stopped setting their roster?
I'd rather at least get the low ball trades because you know they're paying attention.
No, but I'd rather also get the win. It was an easy win when you're going against somebody who put 7 people in the roster. It's an easy win for everybody. Are they back? Are they back this year?
There's no coincidence that they are not back.
Did you inform the Bella Twins that they're out?
I did.
Fabiano?
Well, they
How did that
finished
conversation
last.
go? How
It
did
was
that go?
cool because they're still in the NFL Celebrity League, so they're happy. They're
Okay.
all good.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean they can't come back at some point in the
Did
future.
they hit you with a folding chair or something?
No,
like that?
luckily I avoided the folding chair. Yeah.
Who is in the league this year? Do we know who's in the fantasy league this
So
year?
the two of us,
Yes.
obviously JC,
Jerry Cantrell.
Inez, Jeff Garland,
Garland's back.
Miz, who's always a lot of fun.
Yes.
Michael Bublé is in the league this
Michael
season.
Bublé!
Is he coming to the draft?
Yeah. I think he's coming to the draft too. Look at you, man. Are you even a fanboy over this guy?
Hold on a minute.
Big
Let me.
Bublé guy.
Who else? Who else is in it? Who is in it?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. One of the guys from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is in it also.
Okay.
Scott Ian
Yep.
is in it
That
as
means
well.
one more. They're going to do 12 teams. Is it 12 teams?
No, it's 10.
It's 10.
It's 10. I'm missing somebody.
Can you please text Garland to remember to bring his computer this year?
Is he going to show up, or is he going to let
Well,
like,
last year
somebody
he
else
showed
draft his
up
team?
without anything and had to do the whole draft on his phone.
The entire draft, he was flirting with Nicole and Brianna.
And guess
That's
what?
all he did.
That's the Bella twins. And
Yes.
guess who faced us in the finals? Garland. And guess who we won this trophy
We
against?
can't
Garland.
say Garland's team name.
Yeah, I know. my kids saw it every single week. You know,
man.
Los Grandmas, and then it's a very
A doodle
nasty,
do. A doodle do.
a derogatory word for the male anatomy. It was very, very fascinating. That
a doodle do.
Yeah, a doodle do.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? I'm glad to hear this information because I'm gonna, if I may, look directly at the camera. Thank you. I'm gonna say something that I've never said into a microphone. Bublé is going down. Come, you want to see? We're gonna croon your ass right out of this league. Is that good? Was that too aggressive? We've never met him.
It was pretty aggressive. He
We've
seems
never
like
met
a very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Very sweet man, family man.
Sweet man, family
great
man,
voice,
yeah.
Great voice.
A1 crooner, but
That's
I mean,
right.
just maybe tone it down a little
Okay,
bit.
sorry. I'm sorry. I got the Vinnie Paul trophy right here.
Pumped up, man.
So now, having lost to us, does that make you a junior fantasy analyst now or for the NFL Network? Because we both work for the NFL Network. I won this trophy. You didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Does that make me a senior fantasy analyst? I know I'm not on Fantasy Live like you, and I know I'm gonna do. Does that make you now a junior fantasy
If
analyst?
it makes you
at the
feel
NFL?
good about
No,
yourself, Rich,
no.
you can take the title, my friend. In fact, the first week 1
Yes.
of game day morning,
Yes.
I'll interview you, and you can do the starts and the
No,
sits.
it's okay.
How about that?
That's all right. I don't know if
No?
the producers would go for something like that.
Andy Gregg wouldn't be down for that?
I doubt it. At Michael_Fabiano on both Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
How can we raise money now? What's going on?
So
Now?
the Alice in Chains auction
Yes.
is starting up on August 26th for
Yes.
10 days. eBay.com/Alice in Chains, or you can go to AliceInChains.com. Check it out. All kinds of awesome memorabilia, a couple of signed WWE Championship
Yes.
belts, a private guitar lesson with Jerry Cantrell. There's all kinds of great stuff.
Right.
And it all goes to a great cause.
Do you know what great cause it is?
St. Jude.
That's right.
That's
because it goes to the charity of choice of the winner of the trophy. And of course, we chose St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Of course.
Great cause.
How can people go and give that money? How can they do that?
Again, you go to eBay.com/Alice in Chains or
Yes.
AliceInChains.com. You'll
Great.
be able to see what items are up for auction.
Amazing.
And start bidding August 26th.
And start bidding, and because all the money goes to a great spot, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, chosen by me, the champion, along with my buddy Chris Brockman.
Booyah.
Good to see you. Michael, I just can't see you behind the I'm going to say goodbye to you by looking at the trophy.
See you, my friend.
By the way, I just saw a hand above the trophy. That's what just happened. We're back with more in a moment.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.